guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. This is a video I don't want to make, but we've got to talk about consignment again, and why it's an awful idea. Please rest assured, this will be my last video on the subject. Now, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Patek Philippe Calatrava white gold sector dial on my custom-made Aaron Bespoke leather strap. Absolutely loving it. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. A bunch of new pieces in stock, including an AP 1159 with the smoked purple dial, one of the rarest versions out there. A Panerai 423 Power Reserve with the vintage styling, one of my all-time favorite Panerais and by far one of the most handsome. And an Ite Chinese dial. I've never had an Ite watch in stock before. These are very rare, very small independent manufacturer, and I'm honored to have gotten one today. All that and way more at delraywatch.com, the best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Link in the description below. So yes, we're going to talk about consignment because I've been seeing a few other horror stories on Reddit. And guys, this is not a video talking about anybody specifically, but I feel it's a public service announcement that I'm going to recap for watch collectors. I've made a much more in-depth video about this. If you just search Watch Consignment Federico, this is just a recap so I can kind of refresh it in people's minds and put it at the top of the YouTube feed because it's so important. It will be my last video on the subject. So guys, I'm not going to explain what consignment is. You should know, especially if you're watching this video, it's giving a watch to a dealer for free so he can sell it for you. Do not consign your watch. It's all risk because you don't have to be a criminal like the timepiece gentleman for things to go wrong. Honest dealers, things go wrong all the time. Mismanage money, get robbed. And guess what? If that happens and they don't have the money to pay you, you're not going to get paid. Consignment is you trusting a stranger with your item. Would you FedEx a stack of $50,000 to a random guy you only seen on the internet? It's the same thing as consignment. What guarantee is it that you're going to get it back or going to get paid? A lot of watch dealers are going to hate that I make this video because consignment is a very big part of their business because it's free watches for sale. They're taking no risk. They're getting your watches for free. You're taking the risk and they sell it. And guess what? 90% of the time, 95, 99% of the time, it's fine. Things are just fine. But that 1%, you get screwed. Not all dealers are liquid, especially small dealers who are the last people you should be consigning to. Just because they break your watch or they get robbed or it gets lost in shipping doesn't mean they have the money to pay you. And you shouldn't assume they have the money to pay you. A lot of them are going to wait on getting paid out from insurance. Total bullshit, by the way, because why should me, the customer, have to wait because that broke dealer can't pay me because something bad happened to them? But it is what it is. Better hope that insurance money pays out. All I'm saying is I'm a dealer that started from nothing. And I very rarely did consignment, if at all. And if I can start with $4,000 and make it into a multi-million-dollar business with relying less than 1% on consignment, then other dealers should be able to do it as well. You are funding their business and you are taking all the risk. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, you'd figure the timepiece gentleman thing was enough to see, but I guess people haven't learned their business. People haven't learned their lesson because you keep giving dealers consignment and hoping you get paid, and chances are you will get paid. But when it goes bad, you're the one holding the ball. This is very upsetting to me because, as I said, while I have done consignment in the past, and right now over 300 watches I have in stock, 2 of them are consignment, and I will tell you when it's the rare occasion that it's okay to consign a watch. If I can build my business without consignment, then what's the rush? What do these dealers have to hide? Are they over leveraged? Why are they being so risky? It's irresponsible. Now, when is it okay to consign? Side note, this is very subjective, but in my opinion, you only consign to extremely large, well-known dealers. Now, what is extremely large? That is subjective. What is well-known? That is subjective. But be aware, consigning means you're trusting them. So only consign to the most trusted of dealers, and even then, only consign when it's a watch that no dealer wants to buy. I get it. Nobody wants to buy your weird Ulysse Nardin. Consignment's your only option? Fine. But then consign it to someone you're sure that can pay you back. Don't consign it to a new upstart that just popped up on Instagram and, things are going to be okay. No, those are the people that are not going to be able to pay you back if something goes wrong. I very rarely do consignment, if ever. I do consignment from other dealers, so sometimes dealers consign me watches. Dealer to dealer is different. As I said, I only have 2 watches on consignment out of 300. Or very occasionally a family member or a friend of the channel or a very good customer might give me one piece here or there. But consignment is less than 0.5% of my business. And that's the way it should be. Consignment is a favor. Consignment is not a responsible business model. And while I kind of have sympathy for people that have lost out when it comes to consigning, customers that have lost money with the TPG and have, are going through other consignment struggles, I do have sympathy. At the same time, another part of my brain thinks, you were just greedy. Didn't you know any better? Aren't we all adults? Guys, do your research. Learn the risks. Just like buying a piece of real estate or a used car or doing an investment, you need to do your research. And I can't believe so many people do this so readily. This is entirely my opinion. I know it's not going to change the industry, nor do I want it to, but I need to get it off my conscience and at least tell the people watching this channel, don't consign your watches, not unless they fall into a very specific set of circumstances. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much and take care.